Can you see the screen now?
Yeah.
And the webcam?
Yeah.
Perfect. Since we chose to do O-levels worksheet, this is on geometrical properties of circles. I'll be sending you the one which is IGCSE, right? This is a recent question, but I think that's a little tough. Let's start with question number 2 first. We'll go back to question number 1 afterwards. The question over here says find the value of x. The value of x is referring to this angle over here.
Yeah.
I'll quickly draw the 5 properties that we have.
Wait, so my pen just ran out. Could I go just grab a new one really quickly?
Sure, I don't mind.
Thank you.
No worries.
Yep.
Do you know what this first one is called? Do you remember this?
Trying the names.
Does this sound familiar?
Angle at center
Yes.
is twice the size of the. Yep.
Angle at center is twice the angle at circumference.
Oh.
Okay. Do you know what this property refers to? Number 2.
And angle in a semicircle is always 90 degrees.
Perfect. Third.
Angles in the same segment are equal.
Beautiful. Let me write down the numbers to avoid confusion. Angles in the same segment are equal. Are you familiar what an acronym is? Or are you familiar with a mnemonic?
Think acronym or both.
Do you know what that means?
Like how to, I don't know, like how, like words. I don't know. Like a different version.
True, there's essentially abbreviations of the original word, right?
Yeah.
You just pick up the first letters,
Abbreviation, yeah, that was a
and
word.
pronounce
Yeah.
them as a word. We'll try to make an acronym out of this so that you can remember it once and for all. What's the fourth one and what's the fifth one?
It's the fourth one. Angles opposite each other add up to 180.
Perfect. Almost there. Angles in opposite segments add up to 180, or we can call them angles in opposite segments are supplementary.
Yeah.
Fifth,
The angle in the center and the radius is 90 degrees.
true. Radius and tangent
Yeah, tangent.
meet at 90 degrees. Can you help me come up with an acronym for this? Take a minute.
Like, for each one or all of them together?
All of them together. So for instance, this starts with an A. This starts with an A. This starts with an A. In fact, all of them start with an A, so that would not be a good selection. This has something to do with center C, semicircle S, I guess. Or semicircle, we can use CSC. Just thinking out loud, I do not know. CS, this is S is for segment, or CS, S, T doesn't really help. Or we can use twice. Oh, this is hard. I thought this is gonna be easy. We're gonna try to come up with that for in another class, or let's give it a last try. C, semicircle S, same segment S again, CSS, CSSOR. I guess CSSOR or CSSOT. Would this help?
What about CSEST?
Come again? CS?
CSEST is what I got.
CSEST? And what's the E for? Where's
equal?
E? Ah, CSEOT or CSEST?
CSEST.
So CSES. This is for supplementary?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds way better than mine. CSEST. Perfect. So now if we're not looking at it, would you be able to tell what each of these means?
I just lost it.
The first C is for circumference, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you would know this is the angle at center is twice the angle of circumference. This S would refer to?
Semicircle?
Sure, we can do that. Angle in a semicircle. Angle in a semicircle. What's this E?
Equal.
Why would they be equal? Because they're in the same segment.
Yeah.
Although that's a little stretch because majority of them can be equal, but this is the only time that we've actually written down. No, in fact, perfect. None of them are equal. Perfect. And S?
Supplementary.
Supplementary. Angle in the opposite segment is supplementary. And what's the T for?
Oh, what's it called?
Tangent.
Tangent, yeah.
Right? Perfect. That's a job well done. I'll be using that in school as well now. Perfect. CSEST. So here we go, back to our question. Find the value of x. You have the 5 properties now. Instead of making you remember that, I'm just gonna say CSEST. Here you go. Give it a shot.
Cool. Well, the angle between E and O would be 90 degrees.
Angle between O and OBQ is gonna be 90. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Perfect. What next?
So then we can work out the other angle.
Which is?
Let's take away. Mm, 54.
Which angle can we figure out now?
Angle BOQ.
BOQ. BOQ is up here. What do you think this angle is gonna be?
54.
Why is that?
Because oh no, really. You're wrong.
Well, you're right, but why is it 54?
Because the angles in triangle are 280.
Beautiful. What next?
And then so we can find that x by dividing 54 by 2.
Which is?
Which is 27.
Beautiful, Rida. Well done. CSEST, remember that. Huh?
Yeah.
I'll choose another easy question which doesn't look as terrifying as the first one. We'll come back to this sometime in this video. Here, Leji. Another one. Let's bring your acronym down here. CSEST. Here we go. Find ADB. Oops. ADB.
D would be angle ADB would be 35.
Well done. Half of this. So you've used the first property.
Yeah.
What next?
Angle CQB 90 degrees.
I didn't get you quite there. Can you repeat that?
Angle C.
C?
90 degrees.
This one?
Yeah.
If you're referring to this angle, you can't start with this letter. Then you have to say it's DCB, or you can either call it BCD. Because if you're starting with the letter C, then you have to go to some other letters. You're probably going to say CBD or CDB, and none of them are 90. By the way, C is not 90 either, because if you notice, well, first of all, you're trying to apply which property? I guess this one, angle in a semicircle, right? But then this is not a semicircle. Had it passed through O, then it would have been a semicircle, right? But that's a little tricky. I mean, I'll give you points for trying though. That was a good job. Job well done, but a little off.
I'm not too sure.
You're left with only 4 properties. Let's try them one by one. Do we have a tangent one? We don't even have a tangent. Do we have a semicircle property working? No. What's this equal for?
Angles in the tangent. So the same tangent are equal.
Tangent is is this one, the one with T. When would this be equal? When would angles in the same circle be equal? Take a look here.
Angles in the same segment.
Angles in the same segment. Do you see 2 angles extended from or subtended from the same arc? If we were talking about this arc CB, no?
Yeah.
So had there been a line which, I mean, there's already a line, 2 lines coming and meeting at point D. Had there been another set of 2 lines or a pair of lines meeting like this, and let's call this angle F, then these two angles would have been equal. So nothing of that sort is happening, so I think we're going to jump that as well. So we don't have this property working for us either. What's this one? We've already done the semicircle, no? So let's, this must be something else. Can we change the mnemonic a little bit so that we can avoid, if S is for semicircle, this S is for supplementary, can we change one of those?
I don't think so.
We can do O, either over here. CSEOT. That's not that catchy. CS. I think this is good enough. Let's not change this. Well, one S stands for semicircle, the other S stands for supplementary. I think you will have to remember it as it is. So we're done with the semicircle. Do we have a supplementary one?
Yeah.
Where do you see an angle in a box, right? Angle in a box. These are opposite. These are supplementary, or these are supplementary. We don't have that working for us just yet. That crosses out all options. Once all options get crossed out, Rida, then we have to go back to some normal, usual things that we know from grade 8 to grade 9 or grade 10. Does this ring a bell? That was a horrible looking triangle. Let me try again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where would you be able to apply this?
Angle A.
Well done, Shabash. So this is equal to this. Why? Because both of them are radii. Radii is plural of radius. Radii of the same circle. And what's the property regarding their angles at the base?
The bases would be equal.
The base angles are equal. So if I were to call, if I know that one of them is 70, how much is this gonna be? How much is this gonna be? You take away 70 from
180.
beautiful. You're left with 110. What do?
You divide by 2, which is 55.
Shabash. Both of them, these combined become 110. So you divide them 110 by 2 and you get 55. So this is 55 and this is 55. I don't even know what the question was asking us. ADB, we're done with that. BCD, are we done with that? BCD. No, it brings us back to that same thing. What is the size of this angle? Now we can go back and revisit all the properties. I'll cross this out. The venue is open for us again. Which one of these can help you? CSEST.
Supplementary.
Perfect. We're gonna go with this one, right? So this entire angle is supplementary to this entire angle.
Yeah.
So can you give me the answer?
100.
Beautiful. This is another one. XYZ. XYZ. This one, and this one. We need to find these three angles. Can you start somewhere?
Well, OA triangle, OAB is an isosceles triangle.
Beautiful. What next?
90. So they both 66.
66. Well done, Rida. What next?
And then would angle would EB at the D EB B double DOB.
Which angle are you referring to again? I didn't get you there.
DOB and DOB.
DOB. Why? Yeah, I'm referring to angle Y. How much is this gonna be?
Okay. Twice the size of
Shabash, shabash. So do that. 54 times 2 is
108.
108. So you're done with 2. Superb work. What next?
With angle Y, we add up to 100 to make 180.
Would angle Y add up with angle?
So to make 180.
Alright, I think I know what you're trying to refer to. Hold on.
Yeah.
You're trying to refer to the fourth property.
Yeah.
Notice something peculiar about this property. Do the corners of the shape go and meet the circumference of the circle?
No. Wait.
They do, right? All the corners of that quadrilateral go and meet the circumference, or they're on the boundary of the circle, right?
Yeah.
Now let's go back down here and try to study whether that can be said about this shape. The angles that you're referring to, Y and Z, I mean, it does go and meet the circumference at point C, which is angle Z. But what about angle Y? This doesn't go and meet the circumference. Had it gone all the way over here, then I would have been able to say, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
So can you choose another quadrilateral?
E and C.
Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is angle A, this is angle B, or basically two opposite angles. Z plus 54 is equal to 180. How much is Z gonna be?
126.
126. You're getting a good hang of it now. Let's do one which involves reasoning. This is the one. They're asking find angle ACB. ACB angle is the angle all the way down here, and we have to solve this with the help of reasoning. What do you think should be done? Does anything ring a bell?
I think I'm not too sure.
Doesn't really matter. Give it a shot.
That's 180.
That will add up to 180. Perfect. So this is 50. What next?
So then angle AOB will be 50.
Angle AOB. When you say angle AOB, you're referring to this angle. Are you sure about that?
So BO. BAO.
BAO. That's gonna be 50. What next?
So then angle AOB will be 100.
So,
No, sorry. 80.
80. What next?
So then it can be twice half, that's will be 40.
See? Your acronym is really helping you out, I guess. Oops, we did not give a reason for each. Can you help me state the reason for each each step that you did? Why was this 50?
Because it's the angle straight line up to 180.
Perfect. Why did you say this was 50?
Because on the isosceles triangle, the bases are equal.
Beautiful. Why is this 80?
Because the angle in the center is double the angle in the circumference.
Well, that's the answer for this, but you remember you calculated 80 from this.
Yeah. Because 405 plus the other 180.
Shabash. Well done, Rida. Rida, I guess that's about it. Let's just do. We can either do question number. Let's do question number 1. Okay, and that's about it. I don't think we need to practice this anymore. Let's move to another chapter after this. Find an expression in terms of x and or y for DBC. DBC is referring to this angle over here. This has to. Assalamu alaikum. Go on in, Haji. Find an expression in terms x and or y for DBC. DBC is this angle over here. और अब आपका आंसर should be in terms of x or y. So, I mean, you're not gonna get an answer like 50 or 40 or 30 or any of those exact numbers. So, we're gonna try to find DBC in terms of x or y. How can we do that? Once again, let's go back to what you came up with. CSEST.
With angle DCB, CB, CDB, 90 degrees.
Right, perfect. So you used this one.
Yeah.
What next? That's just a reminder for me that we need to find this angle. Don't worry about this.
I'm not too sure, but what angle BAC 90 degrees?
BAC, perfect. Shabash.
So then angle ABE and will be equal.
Which two angles are going to be equal? ABE and?
EEA. That would be 45 degrees.
Why? Why would these two be equal? Remember, for these two to be equal, these two lines need to be equal. And there's no property that's suggesting that these two lines are going to be equal, because remember, they're not coming from the center or anything of that sort. That gives us a point of reference.
And
Use your acronym. Why are you using your acronym? Let's start off with the first one. C. Can you use this anywhere?
I don't think so. No. Oh.
You can, no?
Yeah.
So what's it gonna be?
It's
बताओ.
half y.
Half of y. So I'll write that down as y over 2. You're already done with one part. Perfect. ठीक है? Are you familiar that I can write half of y, or I can also write y by 2. They're both referring to the same thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Chalo, y by 2. So I'm going to put a check mark right next to it, on top of it. In fact, you're done with two properties. Can we use this property?
Um, yes.
Where?
Angle B, C, and A, B, T.
E.
So right?
I didn't get you. You mentioned a couple of letters. I didn't get you.
Angle B, C, and A, D, E.
B, C, and A, D, E. B, C, E, and A, D. Oh, shabash. Zabardast. So you're essentially saying this angle is equal to this angle, right? But that doesn't quite help us for now, at least. What you mentioned is correct. Can you say that? Can you say the same for another angle, another pair of angles?
On the opposite side, C, D, and yeah, B, A, E.
BAE and CDB. You've already done that. Beautiful. This right angle is equal to this right angle. Can you say that for another pair of angles?
ECD and AD.
ECD and AB. Oh my god, how are you coming up with these? ECD and ABD? Shabash. So I think you just cracked another answer. This one is gonna be, if this is X, this is also going to be? Beautiful. So you've just figured out another answer. Oh, any other pair? So we don't have a property with tangents, so we've crossed that out. One S is for supplementary, one S is for semicircle. Do we have a property which says which would help us in being able to find out an angle through supplementary angles? Before we jump onto that, you gave me a couple of pairs of angles. I think you missed out on one. What about this one and this one? So if this is y by 2, this is also going to be y over 2. Now let's see how many answers have we figured out. So we have to find DBC. Are we done with that? DBC, yes. So we're done with this. ABD, perfect. We're done with this. AED, is this one? Nope, that's left. And BDA, BDA is left as well. So this is left and this is left. Anything about this triangle? Is there something special about this? It is. So if this is X, this is also going to be? Does that help our case? How much is this remaining angle going to be?
Y2.
No, since this entire angle is 90, so the remaining angle is going to be? Rida, if this angle was, let's say, 50 and this entire angle was 90, how much would you say this angle is?
40.
40. So what did you essentially do? You subtracted, or you took away x from 90.
Yeah.
That's 90 minus x.
Yeah.
What other thing can help us?
Then we can find out the DOP.
DOP. How will we do that?
By subtracting 90 minus x minus 180.
90 minus x, and what else?
Y over 2.
Perfect. We'll have to solve that a little bit. Can you help me expand this? Or essentially write this again. 180, but remove the brackets this time around. 180 minus
90.
next. So we're writing this entire thing again, okay? But this time around we're going to remove the brackets. So negative times 90 is negative 90, and you told me that.
Oh.
The negative times negative x is going to be positive x. And then minus y by 2 as it is.
Yeah.
Now the process is called combining like terms. Although they're already combined, we have x's which are alone, we have y's which are alone, we have two constants which are written next to each other. Can we solve this a little bit?
Would be just 90 plus x minus 20.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. So you've just given me the answer for this. So I'm going to erase everything else so that it doesn't cause confusion. You've just gave me the answer for this. Now
So,
let's revisit the acronym. You've used this beautifully. You've used this 3 times. The last one that we're left with is you've used semicircle as well. So this is supplementary. Angles in opposite segments are supplementary. Do you see any box which happens to touch, every corner of it happens to touch the circle?
yeah.
Which one? Can you mention the letters?
BADC.
BADC. That's a box, 4 lines. Which 2 angles can you use to your advantage so that you can add all of them up, or 2 angles, you can add those 2 angles up and put them equals to 180?
Angle B and D.
Angle B and D. Let's try that. So you're saying this entire angle is supplementary to this entire angle. So let me move this away, and I'm gonna mention the equation. What would the equation look like? Angle B plus angle D is equals to 180. How much is angle B?
The 90 plus.
Angle B is angle x plus y over 2.
Yeah.
How much is angle D?
90 minus
And
x.
and you mentioned this angle, you mentioned this angle. What about this angle? So can we say A plus ADE
Yeah.
is equals to 180?
Yeah.
Now can you help me solve this? This is simple algebra now. This has got nothing to do with this property anymore. This is where algebra comes in. Not too hard, not too easy either. I'm pretty sure you can do this. You're supposed to make ADE the subject.
Yeah.
So, what do we do?
You open up the bracket.
You open up the brackets, so 90 minus x plus ADE as it is equals to 180 as it is. And then x plus y over 2 on the left. Can we cancel out anything?
The x's.
Minus x plus x is gone. Can we throw this 90 on the other side?
Yeah.
180 take away 90 is gonna be?
90.
So AD is equals to 90. Is that clear so far?
Yeah.
And we're only left with this thing on the left. So we're left with x plus y over 2 on the left. How do we get rid of this?
We can.
How do we make a variable the subject when there's only addition going on the right and left?
Just subtract.
You subtract to 90, take away x, take away y over 2, and that's your answer. Isn't that easy?
Yeah.
Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum, kya haal hai? aa jaye. So that 90 minus x minus y over 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're done with, I think, all of those parts. This was referring to angle ADE. ADE is down here. Now, I'll put a check mark next to it. Rida, take a look over here. ADE is done. Which one's left?
EO.
AED.
Oh, yeah.
We just did ADE. I know the sound is a little similar, but we just found out this.
Yeah.
Now we need to find ADE. So I'm gonna bring this answer close so that you can assess it. Here we go.
Angle.
You need to find angle AED. If you can make an equation out of this and then solve this, I'd be super happy.
Angle. And then like.
You need to find
So-
angle AED, right?
So y over 2 plus 90 minus x. So that comes as equation.
You're doing a good job. Y over 2?
The plus 90 minus x minus.
You can't read that. That's why. That's y over
So
2.
it's
Oh,
just
it's behind my picture. I'm sorry. Because when I'm sharing the screen, I can't see that where my picture's gonna be. I'm sorry for that. Y over 2 plus 90 minus x minus y over 2. And what do you do with that?
Minus.
Plus.
Plus AED.
Beautiful. Is equals to?
180.
Excellent. Rida, it would be wonderful if you can write that down and then give me the answer. Meanwhile, I'll pop out the answer from the mark scheme. Let's see if it matches. Me, I'm still on.
I believe.
What's your answer?
I don't know if it's right. X plus 8 equals 90.
X plus AED is equal to 90. So essentially, if you make AED subject, you're saying that AED is equal to 90 minus X?
I forgot to make 8 the subject.
Make AED the subject and let's see what you get. And I'll meanwhile pop out the answer. What's your answer again?
X minus 90 equals 8.
X minus 90. Or 90 minus X. No, X minus 90. Alright, that's for part 4. Wait, hold on. If we were wrong for part 3, you could not have possibly gotten the correct answer for part 4. But that's not your fault. We messed up in part 3. And since part 3 the answer was getting used in part 4, you could not have ended up with the correct answer. The answer for part 3 is 90 plus X. What we are getting for part 3 is 90 minus X minus Y by 2. So apologies for that, that's not your fault, that's on me. No, why is that happening? Let me quickly run through it again. All you need to do is just watch. You essentially said that angle B plus angle D is equals to 180, and that made sense because, well, this entire angle is going to add up to this entire angle. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, B, C, D. Makes sense. So angle B is X plus Y over 2. And angle D is AD plus 90 minus X plus X is equals to 180. These get cut out. AD is equals to 90 minus X minus Y by 2. We're ending up with the same answer again. Oh, we're comparing the wrong answers. What we are saying is part 3 is not part 3, it's AED. AED is up here. And then what we are finding for part 4, which is we're finding the wrong angle. We need to find AED and we need to find BDA. We did not even have to find this. We're actually finding the wrong angle. Okay, in case we have this, now how can you find AED? What was your answer again? 90?
X minus 90 equals 80.
Perfect. Hey, wait, hold on. You said 90 plus X, right?
Minus.
Oh, man. You're so close. 90 plus X would have been correct. So let's make this. What did you write down? I'm gonna write down the same thing. What did you say? You were finding AED, right?
Uh, yeah.
Okay. What did you write down?
Y/2
Y over 2. So just so that those people who are watching on YouTube can understand, you essentially did A plus E plus D angles. Now when you say Y over 2, you're referring to angle A because, well, it's Y over 2. And how much is angle E? We need to find that, right? So we can say that's AED. We're referring to this angle. We can also call that angle E, or we can also call that AED. Same thing, right? And how much is angle D?
angle D is
We just found that out, right? So we're gonna write that same thing again. 90 minus x minus y over 2, and I'm pretty sure you know why all of these are adding to up to 180,
yeah.
because the angles in the
In the same
triangle, right?
Yeah.
Now we're supposed to make AED the subject. What did you do next?
Then I cancel out the y over 2.
Beautiful. Y over 2, take away y over 2, that's gone. Can we throw the 90 on the other side?
Yeah.
So we're gonna say AED is equals to, sorry, we still have this x over here. AED minus x is equals to 90. What next?
And then when you put the AED in this line,
We keep AED on the left hand side. What happens to the x then?
it becomes a constant.
Beautiful, Rida. You had the answer all along. Where did you go wrong? Why did you say it's 90 minus x?
I think it's when I switched the AED and the 90 instead of putting it to the other side.
All
So it
right.
became my 90 and 90.
All right, perfect. So I'm not going to push you any further because it was a good lesson. You participated a lot, plus you made a very good acronym. I'm going to be using that in all three of my schools now. It took me a long while to explain all of them, but drawing them and writing them like this one by one, CSEST is going to help me a lot. Now, since we did the O-levels worksheet, I'm going to send you the IGCSE worksheet. Okay, so you don't have to worry about this. You're going to have to do the worksheet that I sent you now. It's easier than the worksheet that we're already doing. So we've done a question that had variables. We've done a question that had expressions. What do I mean by expression? 90 minus x, 180 minus x minus y over 2. They were all expressions, right?
Yeah.
And then we did a question which simply had numbers. So let's end this over here and hold on.